Let's step onto a construction site in Malaysia. It's loud, busy, with a constant flow of heavy machinery and people moving earth. But before a single shovel hits the dirt, every massive project starts here, as a precise, highly calculated blueprint drawn up in a quiet office. There's a natural gap here. The engineers drafting perfect 3D plans are rarely the same people out in the mud, welding steel and pouring concrete. That gap is bridged by a specific person, the inspector of works. They are the ones on the ground, making sure the physical building exactly matches the math on the page. Because when things go wrong in engineering, it usually doesn't start with a bad design. The trouble almost always begins here, at the implementation stage. Stepping onto a construction site serves as the formal entry point into a recognized technical career path for diploma graduates. This role carries significant weight, requiring the management of real people, valuable assets, and extreme physical risks. You act as the trusted proxy for the project engineers. You collaborate directly with contractors and the project team to solve problems as they happen. By enforcing strict compliance out in the field, you protect the public's trust in everyone involved in the project. Let's look at how this plays out under pressure. Imagine a project is behind schedule, and the contractors are rushing their labor to catch up before the rain hits. A worker installs a building material. At a glance, it looks fine, but the installation method is subtly different from the standard process. An inspector of works steps in. They know that in construction, you can never rely on visual assumptions. They pull up the approved technical specifications and compare them directly to the physical materials. It turns out the contractor substituted a cheaper grade of sealant. Stopping work causes delays, but the inspector relies on a core principle: public safety must always come first. The engineering code of ethics functions as a practical toolkit for making these high-stakes decisions when projects face extreme pressure. What exactly does the inspector do next? First, they take clear photographs of the specific structural joint and log the details immediately on their clipboard. They maintain meticulous daily site diaries and non-compliance logs. This creates an objective, unbreakable chain of accountability. Then, they communicate the issue up the chain to the engineers and the client, fully aware that this will pause the schedule. By avoiding conflicts of interest and standing firm on the rules, the weak joint is corrected now, before it gets permanently buried under 10 feet of concrete. Excellent site inspection is quiet, unglamorous work, but doing it correctly is exactly what prevents loud, catastrophic public failures. When you walk through a massive piece of public infrastructure, like an MRT station, its safety and success rely entirely on the integrity of those ground-level site inspections. Mastering observation, good judgment, accurate documentation, and clear communication sets you up for long-term career mobility. These early ethical habits form the foundation of professional engineering practice and registration in Malaysia. Which brings us to the true definition of this role. IIW is not only a site inspector. IIW helps ensure that engineering work is completed correctly, safely, and according to approved requirements.